Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, if you guys are looking to make some insane money in GTA Online for minimal time and effort spent here in GTA, well, you've come to the right place. We're going to be talking about dispatch work, how it's on money bonus for the week, 2 times money for all players, 4 times money with GTA Plus. I only have 2 times money because I don't have GTA Plus, plus I'm on the legacy version of PC, so I wouldn't have GTA Plus anyway. Either way, we're going to be going through these missions. I'll be giving guys some tips and tricks on how to complete these, but also more so this video functions just to showcase how potent and underrated of a money-making method this type of content is in GTA for the week, because a lot of players so far probably don't think it's that exciting to do. They probably think they won't be having fun. I can tell you both of those things. It is pretty exciting. You can have fun with these missions and you can make tons of money in the process. You can do this content with your eyes closed. And so without further ado, let's jump into things here. So starting off with our dispatch work, that's double money and double RP, or of course if you have GTA Plus, which I don't, you're making 4 times money and 4 times RP. That is $100,000 per mission right there. With the double money, you're making 50,000. Normally with 1x money, these missions pay out $25,000. Now, in order to start these, you do need to own yourself a police vehicle, and we're just going to accept this dispatch work, and I'll talk about a few of the things on the way, because we are doing the mission Obstruction of Justice. Let's see the waypoint. Now, just as a reminder, you don't need to use the police vehicle for these missions. Like, once you get the mission itself, you have this text pop up on screen, and you get your mission marker, things of the sort. You can hop out, you can hop on, you can flee your police vehicle, hop on your Oppressor Mark II, or probably what I would recommend is call in your Sparrow, and if you don't have that, call in your Buzzard through the CEO vehicles menu and use that to fly to a faraway destination, because sometimes you get some of these bounties, or not even bounties I should say, just sometimes you get some of these missions in general that take you up north to Sandy Shores or Paleto Bay and stuff like that, and just to get there faster, make the missions faster and easier, I would recommend you fly up there, or you could just ditch the mission entirely, because these do only have a cooldown of 1 minute. So let's say you get a mission variant that you just really don't like, you can of course totally just skip it and you'll only be on a minute cooldown. Now for this particular mission, we do need to rescue this informant. These cars are going crazy today. Everyone's crashing into me. This guy has limited health. Oh my god, why did the whole place blow up right there? I didn't even shoot something that was explosive. You have this informant who needs to be rescued. You have to take out a couple enemies, and that's literally the mission. Now we're just going to pick this guy up. He's going to get in the vehicle. Then we're going to take him to Vincent's lockup. This mission should only take us, 2 minutes at most here. I got some comments in yesterday's Money Guide. Players are saying these dispatch work missions, don't take you 2 to 3 minutes. They take you way more than 5, on average 5 to 10. That's complete nonsense. The longest variants of these missions, if you get really poor RNG and you do need to go all the way up to Paleto Bay to rescue the informant like we're doing, which is just, one location of several different ones you can get for this type of dispatch work mission. Again, these are all RNG. That one will take you 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes, right? That's an exception to the rule. That's on the extremely high end. That's extremely above average in terms of time that these missions take. Most of the dispatch work you can complete in 2 to 3 minutes. Sometimes you can even complete them in less than 2 minutes, but that's extremely fast. That's also a super low end, low time to complete. That's also an exception to the rule. If you're grinding these all day, you are absolutely completing basically one every single 5-minute interval. You can complete them in 2 to 4 minutes, give yourself that minute cooldown, and then you could start up another. So you're completing one dispatch work every single 5 minutes. If you're earning $50,000 on double money, that's 12 of these missions you can do in an hour. That's $600,000 per hour that you're earning through dispatch work in-game, which is not going to be meta in terms of making money, right? But if you're making $100,000 every 5 minutes with these missions because you have 4 times money with GTA Plus, well, guess what? That's $1.2 million an hour. And again, what are you earning $1 million an hour with in this game, or over $1 million an hour? Well, you're earning $1.1 million with the Dr. Dre contract in an hour now with the cutscene skips. $1 million for the finale, but $100,000 you earn through all the setups. You get paid 10 individual $10,000 setups, right? You also are earning, call it $1 million in a little bit less than an hour with Cayo Perico, especially if you speed run it, but then you have a 2-hour 24-minute cooldown when you do it solo. Cluck and Bell farm rate is 500k for 45 minutes. Oscar Guzman Flies Again storyline and questline is 750k on hard mode for about an hour's worth of work. You're earning more money than all of those types of activities, some of the best heists to run in the game for solo players. Now, once again, behind me right there where I'm looking with my camera's direction, that's Vincent's lockup. I just started the next police dispatch. I'm going to start my timer right now. Look at the location we're traveling to. West Vinewood, right over here, 0.3 miles away. We are going after the taco van over here for the health code violations. dispatch work mission, all we need to do is steal this taco van. We can find it in this alleyway, I'm pretty sure. No, we're gonna find it over here. Okay, this is a little bit of a different location than what I'm used to. And again, you know, you could just fly in here with your Sparrow helicopter if you're doing this mission and it's really far away and just blow people up. I don't think the taco van can be blown up with your own missiles. I'm not even too sure. Don't quote me on that. If I haven't tested it, a lot of vehicles in this game that you need to like steal and bring to locations, a lot of the time they can't get blown up. But even if you're doing the slow taco van mission, if you get the health code violations mission and they ask you to go out of the city, I actually haven't even had that. Typically these taco vans are located in and around Los Santos itself. But if you do get that and you don't want to spend, you know, because that will probably be a 5-minute mission or so, right? Well, then you could probably just skip to a new invite-only session, grab some more discounted armor at your agency, start the next dispatch work, because you only have the minute cooldown anyway. So even if you get an awful variant of a mission that you absolutely don't want to play, it's not the end of the world, because the cooldown on these missions are only a minute. You can still keep that 5-minute pace. This mission took me 1 minute and 10 seconds, and we're already done. We just made $50,000. Imagine having GTA Plus and making 100K off that. That is some of the easiest, cheesiest money you can ever make, and you can do that with your eyes closed. A 2-year-old kid with no eyes, no arms, no legs, and just no brain can complete these in that amount of time. So here we got a dispatch work, and this is perfect because this is the third one. If you complete just 3 this week, you complete this week's weekly challenge, which this week's weekly challenge is just completing 3 dispatch work for $100,000. But on top of that, you'll also be rewarded with the summer LSPD officer outfit. So if you have yourself a police vehicle, you know, do the Cluck and Bell farm raid, get the trade price for the Bravado Gauntlet Interceptor, which actually also is discounted this week by, I believe, 35% off. Players can get a Canis Terminus Patrol, which is the Canis Terminus cop car, included with GTA Plus for this weekly update. That's a way that you can get it, you know, for 0 in-game dollars, right? Of course, you're paying for GTA Plus, but the vehicle in-game, once you have that subscription, is going to be 0 in-game dollars. Or just get the cheapest one, the Stanier Unmarked Cruiser. That one, I think, on the discount this week. Let's check it out real quick, because I want to show you something super important here. Let's see, what is the cost of this? Yeah, $1.9 million. That's absolutely, you know, that's 19 dispatch work with GTA Plus to make your money back on that cop car. And for one of the most expensive vehicles in the game, any cop car is going to be super expensive because it's multi-million dollars. That is a great opportunity to get it on discount this week. So we are doing a dispatch work now that, of course, is going to take us a decent amount of time because we have to fly all the way up north here to the northeast side of the map, take out the O'Neill enforcers, and then the dispatch work, we either need to fly back to the lockup or the dispatch work will be over. I forget exactly if it just ends after we blow these guys up. But I am recording the mission right now. Of course, we've been in this recording for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And so what I'm going to be doing here is seeing just how long it takes. At most, this should take us about 5 minutes, right? So that's why I said it's imperative if you don't have a Sparrow helicopter, get that, or even use your CEO buzzard, and you're good to go. Because even if you get an extremely unlucky long variant of a mission like this, you can just skip it if you want, or still complete it decently fast. I mean, we're talking about 5 minutes for 50K or 100K. You know, let's not act like that's the worst thing in the world. It's kind of crazy how some people just are like anti-wanting to play GTA to make any sort of money. This is absolutely some of the most simple, easiest ways to make money in the game this week. Some of the most simple content to make this kind of money as well. You know, you could do your export mixed goods every hour, right? You could do your bike deliveries. You could still do all that type of stuff and do this in between, right? It's not one or the other. Same thing with any of the other businesses in the game and whatnot. We killed that guy? Okay, there we go. We got him. Now let's leave the area. Even when we need to fly all the way up here in our Sparrow to get this mission done, it's still going to take us basically 2 minutes and 35 seconds here. Are you kidding me? And there we go, new reward t-shirt, and we also completed the weekly challenge for the dispatch work, getting 3 of those done. We'll get 100K for that. So even if you don't want to grind these all this week, you get 50K per mission with double money, so that's $150,000, plus another $100,000 for the weekly challenge, $250,000 there in essentially 15 minutes, or a little bit less than, because all of these took us less than 5 minutes, even with that 1 minute cooldown, which is not bad at all. So let's do some more. So for this dispatch work, once again, we're going after the professional specialist this time. So it's another faction of enemies here. Instead of the O'Neill enforcers, we're going after the professionals, basically like faction group of enemies in this game, right? And once again, I'm just going to use this quicker D10 pursuit just to get down there. One, because I wanted to switch up the cars, but I want to do a few more for this video. One, because we've completed these other ones so fast, but also just so you could hopefully see some more variants of these missions. I wanted to go after this other mission where you need to basically delete files from like a computer at a certain location. That's a fun mission just because you have the enemies that are grouped up outside and you can get into some fun gunfights, I should say. And same with this mission as well. You know, I could fly over here in my Sparrow and get this done super fast. Either way, we're going to be doing this at a very, very decent clip. This will still take us only a few minutes here at most. And that's just the beauty of these missions, just because the speed and the ease at which you can complete this content. Like I said, basically a monkey could do this if they wanted to. You could absolutely train your own pet to complete this stuff for you. And it's not even hyperbole when I say that. I mean, am I exaggerating? Yeah, but just goes to show how easy this content is at the end of the day. You don't have limited lives, you know, so if you're someone who genuinely is absolutely awful at playing this game, you can't hit your shots, you don't know how to use guns, you know, you're a total bot, rest assured, you will also have no problem with these missions themselves either. There's nothing to worry about. I mean, there we go. A minute and 30 seconds on the recording, and 35 seconds of that was, or even more, 45 seconds of that was me driving to this location to actually kill these enemies, and then the actual killing the enemies part took only a little bit of time as well. So we're gonna get paid our $50,000 on double money for just about 2 minutes spent by the time I ended up leaving this area. We'll have another minute cooldown. Hopefully I'm able to showcase maybe like 1 or 2 more of these in this video, probably maybe even 2 or 3. And if you guys would like to see sort of like an extended video of me grinding these absolutely as fast as possible, let me know, because I can most assuredly make that video for you guys later on. But we have a lot of stuff to talk about this week anyway. I mean, there's some pretty good opportunities with the claimable vehicle. We have to talk about the GTA Plus stuff. That's how you can get that free Canis Terminus patrol. I have a lot of ideas for content this week, so maybe with this video I'll dedicate this more to the dispatch work. The other ones I'll be a little bit more discerning on. We'll pick and choose the best topics, probably the claimable vehicle and the other rewards you can get in GTA Online for this week. Alright, let's start up this recording. I'm gonna set my timer. We have obstruction of justice again, so we gotta go rescue an informant. Like I said, I just set my timer, so even though we need to fly 3 miles to Chumash to get this guy, we'll fly back. I will let you know the time it takes for me to complete this. You can see just how fast you can get this done with a Sparrow. I think at this point in the video, I probably don't need to prove to you how quick you can get these missions done. It really is just up to you on deciding if you want to do it or not. A lot of players may feel like, well, you know, of course, you're earning a little bit more money per hour on average with this week with 4 times money in GTA Plus rewards than you would, you know, doing your favorite Dr. Dre content or Cayo Perico, etc. But you just don't want to do this content. Instead, you want to do your heist that you're normally familiar with and you're normally speedrunning. That's totally fair. If you don't want to do this just because you're not interested, I feel like that's one thing. But to say that this content is bad for making money is just simply not true for the week. It's an incredibly, incredibly underrated money bonus. And I kind of got that vibe initially when that weekly update dropped and everyone was kind of spamming L's in the comments because, you know, a business wasn't on double money or triple money, right? I don't feel like you need a business on triple money or double money for the week when you have content like this. There's nothing wrong with active grinding content. I love semi-passive businesses, but more so than that, I love grinding active content. You know, auto shop contracts, security contracts, payphone hits, Dr. Dre, whatever, you name it. Anything that's going to make you money while you play the game and run missions, that keeps me engaged. I can always make passive money with the businesses. You know, I put a lot of playtime into GTA Online. No matter what you do, you know, your business product and your goods are gonna stack up. I don't necessarily want the double money for that because I'm always generating that cash. I would prefer the double money on missions where I actually have to put work, attention, and focus into the game. And so content like this just makes for a fun week, in my opinion. So now we've rescued this informant. Let's get him back to the chopper. We have a couple more enemies down below, but I'm not going to focus on them. I actually want to blow that up just in case an NPC shoots it and this guy dies. He's hiding out over here. What are you doing, bro? I need you to get in my chopper, my friend. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's see if we can get this done in 3 minutes. This guy has to get into the helicopter, though. I don't know what he's doing. He's hiding, and this is a problem. Oh, he's going to get himself killed. My Sparrow may blow up. Okay, he can hop in the chopper. Perfect. Okay, good. I was gonna say my rotors are gonna get blown off the chopper. We're gonna blow up and die, and I'm gonna fail, but it's actually okay. We got the informant. 2 minutes, 25 seconds on the mission. Let me book it back to Vincent's lockup. Here we are coming up on the location of Vincent's lockup. You can jump out of the helicopter, and I think this guy will follow you, or he just sits in the passenger seat and dies, so I would not recommend you jump out. I would actually recommend you just land the helicopter right here in the zone. you know, just be a little bit careful putting your Sparrow down. You need to exit the vehicle, actually, in order to trigger the end of this mission. But even then, that took us 3 minutes, 35 seconds to get this done. And so you could see, hopefully, once again, why even if you have to travel all the way up to Paleto Bay to rescue this guy, just tack on another 2 minutes of travel time. An extra minute flying up north, an extra minute to travel back down south. And that still puts you at 5.5 minutes, which would be the longer time it would take to complete missions like this. Like I said, 5+ minutes is more of an exception to the rule. Minus 2 minutes, or less than 2 minutes total, is also an extremely fast time. Plus 5 minutes would be a longer than average time to complete these. You can absolutely, I would say 90% of these jobs you're completing within the 2 to 4 minute time interval. And 4 minutes is still a little bit generous, so add that extra minute to the cooldown timer, 5 minutes per job. That's where I'm coming up with a $1.2 million an hour rate, or of course, $600,000 if you're just getting double money like me, because either you don't have GTA Plus because you're on Legacy, or of course, you know, you have, or you just don't have GTA Plus on Enhanced. So we're gonna get just one more dispatch job done. I just had lunch, so I wanted to just take a break from recording. So we're back at it. I'm gonna request one more dispatch work, but real quick, just to talk about some of our other money bonuses, since I didn't really get this video started talking about those. Vespucci Job Remix is an adversary mode that returns the game for limited time this week. All of these modes are paying out double money and double RP. Or realistically, all of these different variants of the Vespucci Job Remix adversary mode are paying out double money and double RP. We also have the Community Combat Series paying out double money and double RP. And if you guys are on Enhanced, like I said, I'm on Legacy, so I can't actually be doing these, but the wildlife photography event basically is also paying out double money and double RP, or 4 times for GTA Plus members. So if you are getting 4 times money with that this week, you're able to make $400,000 every single day in GTA Online for an easy and simple warm-up activity. And then in addition to that, if you do that for the whole week, that's $2.8 million for taking 3 photos of different animals each day in GTA Online. Just log into the game, you know, that'll take you 10 or 15 minutes. You can use the GTAweb.eu map to find the location of the animals that you're tasked with taking photos of. That's a great warm-up activity. Same with the LS tags, doing your G's cache, stash house, things of the like. Once again, I'm just going to get this mission done real quick. So I want to talk about all that because I didn't really lead on with this video talking about it. I feel like the dispatch work is definitely the most important part. The wildlife photography is still absolutely worth it too. If you are on Enhanced, you know, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, or PC Enhanced, that other content like I was talking about is absolutely worth doing. But I feel like the piece of content, activity, and stuff like that that players are absolutely going to be able to grind most back to back to back and spend their entire day playing GTA Online grinding is going to be this type of dispatch work. And like I said at the beginning of the video, you do need to own a police car to start these missions. You don't need to use the police car for the missions like I'm doing. You could take your Sparrow or your Oppressor Mark II. The reason I recommend the Sparrow or your CEO Buzzard is just because of the fact that your police car is your personal vehicle. Oh wait, I don't have bulletproof tires on this Corvette. Whoops, I gotta go add those. Either way, if you have, oh no, both of my tires got shot out. That's an issue. Okay, hold on. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we're gonna use, and actually you can't take your CEO Buzzard. I don't know why I keep saying that. You have to be deregistered. You can't actually use that vehicle. So it has to be your Sparrow. I shouldn't have said the CEO Buzzard earlier. I want to retroactively go back and say don't do that, because yeah, you can't be registered as a CEO or an MC. That's something I wasn't really thinking in my head. I was just thinking about the fact that I use my Sparrow. The Sparrow is a great vehicle to be using for these types of missions, because if you do have to go really far away, you could take your Sparrow, your police car could still be spawned out, so you could just, you know, go to the interaction menu and request it back from your mechanic. That way it spawns right next to you. Your Sparrow basically spawns across the street from you all the time anyway. You know, it spawns like all of a 2-second jog away. And so if you use the Oppressor to grind these missions, you have to constantly cycle between calling your Oppressor Mark II from your interaction menu, services vehicle, and then the Terabyte if you spawn it that way. Or of course, you have to call out your actual police car as well. And you don't want to wait for the cooldown with your mechanic. So have your police car that you can use these missions for, and then also call out your Sparrow. That way, if you need to go up to Great Seed, Sandy Shores, Chumash, or even Paleto Bay, you can use that vehicle as well at the same time. But here we go. In another 2 minutes, we just completed this mission, or 2 minutes 30 seconds, I guess. And there we go. Rescue the informant, $50,000. We just completed 6 dispatch work in 15 minutes. That was the total time. I added up the time it took us to complete all of these missions in terms of the actual mission timers. that I set verifying on the recordings and everything. So 6 dispatch work I completed in 15 minutes. That would essentially be $300,000 with the double money, plus the 100K for the weekly challenge for completing 3 of those anyway. If you guys were making 4 times with GTA Plus, you guys would have made 600 grand plus 100K for the weekly challenge. So 700K in 15 minutes, but remember, we got to add the minute cooldown for each of those missions right there. 6 missions in total is 6 1-minute cooldowns, even if we add the one at the end and we haven't even started up our 7th one. So even if we take that, 21 minutes in total on all that content spent, including the cooldowns, and with 4 times money, you would have made $700,000. That's an insane amount of money to be making for your time spent in GTA Online for this week. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys all have a fantastic day. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Remember to make sure to check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/hazardousHGTV for more GTA Online money grinding live streams. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.